Good morning, everyone. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. I hope you're well. I am now back in the UK, so apologies for the lack of content, the lack of videos in the last 5 or 6 days. Been in Dubai, very busy with work, so not really a lot of chance to upload videos. However, today I want to talk about Julian Nagelsmann, Alonso and Slot. Now, why are we going to talk about these three gentlemen? Well, first and foremost, Julian Nagelsmann. He was the fans' favourite from what I could see. From all the people that have been talking, from all of the shows that we do, from all the different videos, from Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, the comments I see more than not are that Nagelsmann is the guy that most fans wanted to come in and sort out this mess. Can we call it that? We'll call it a mess. To start the project. Yeah, to put an ethos in place. You name it. He was the guy I think most people wanted. Now, and that's aside from Pochettino. Now, there were lots of rumours that Spurs had been in conversation with him. Spurs couldn't afford to pay Bayern Munich out. That Spurs and Nagelsmann couldn't reach an agreement in terms of what the two parties were looking for, in terms of where Spurs wanted to go, what Nagelsmann wanted for his next project. Stories that Nagelsmann would only join if he knew who the next director of football would be. Then all the reports break yesterday that, in fact, we've not spoken to Nagelsmann and the conversations haven't taken place. And this was broken by many reputable sources. Dan Kilpatrick, Alistair Gold, all these people broke it. Then Sky Sports got it. Then BT, then blah, 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 blah. So the news is that Julian Nagelsmann will not be Tottenham manager. Now, what that's done, that has now spun a lot of people to go into absolute meltdown. Lots of WhatsApp groups that I'm in, lots of people WhatsApping me going, oh my God, see, the club is dead. It's terrible. What's happening? We're going to end up with Ryan Mason. What are we going to do? Daniel Levy's the devil. And hey, rightly so. Lots of people, rightly so, frustrated, angry, disillusioned with the direction of this football club. Off the back of that news, some people were happy, saying, oh, well, he wasn't the right fit anyway. Look at the politics at Bayern Munich. He's too young. He wouldn't be able to take this job. He's not managed at a club like Tottenham Hotspur before. But I'll put this forward to all of you. How many people have managed at a club like Tottenham Hotspur before? A very unique position with the way that Daniel Levy runs the football club. So how many people would we say have worked in that environment before? Just some food for thought. Now, what are we missing? We're missing somebody who's won a German league title. We're missing somebody that mix up their tactics. Sometimes it's 5 at the back. Sometimes it's 3. Sometimes it's a 4. Sometimes it's 2 up top. Then it's 1. Then it's 3. He's someone who likes to experiment, who likes to mix up his tactics from game to game, depending on the opposition, which I think is a good thing. But what we're also missing for me is somebody that's been at clubs where it's not always been roses. So a lot of people say, oh, well, he's been at Bayern Munich and I could win at Bayern Munich because they're the best club in Germany. Yeah, but with that comes a lot of pressure to win. But that's not just what he's done, is it? He's been at Hoffenheim, where he took them from relegation candidates to top 4 in 1 year and took them back into the Champions League. He then took RB Leipzig into the Champions League and started to become most fans' second team around Europe. Everyone liked watching RB Leipzig, liked the way they pressed, liked the way they played quick attacking football. Then he got his move to Bayern Munich. All of this doesn't matter now, does it? Because he's not joining. So let's talk about who does matter. Now, just doing a quick search this morning on Odds Checker to see who the candidates in the run for Tottenham Hotspur are. And this is after Fabrizio Romano said yesterday that Spurs have a shortlist of 5. Now, take that with a pinch of salt. It's an easy number to grab. Depending on if you like Romano or not, depends on how much credence you will give to that footballing opinion. But let's assume there's a shortlist of 5. This is who the bookies have as the favourites at the moment. And as I say this will be pre-recorded, so please let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think to each of these people. And let's try and keep it analytical. There's no point saying, oh, no, he's crap. Well, okay, but why? Why do you not want them? So let's have a look. First and foremost, we've got Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso is at 4-1 with the bookies. At the moment, he is the bookies' favourite for the job. He's come in, he's done a brilliant job with Leverkusen. They're in the semi-finals of the Europa League, and he's got them higher up the table than where they were in the German league. Now, two ways of looking at this. Oh, it's only the Europa League. Hey, but you've got to win. And now he's up against Jose Mourinho. I think they just lost the first leg 1-0, have the second leg next week. So he could be in a Europa League final in a week's time. You could look at it and say that Bayer Leverkusen were doing terribly. They should never have been in the position they were in. So he's just come in and steadied the ship. He also plays free at the back, which is what we've kind of been building towards or buying towards. So what do you think, Xabi Alonso? He's also got Premier League experience as a player, a lot of it. Is he too young? And by that, I don't mean his age. I mean in terms of his experience as a manager. Is he too inexperienced? This is his first proper managerial job. Could that be what Tottenham need? Let me know your thoughts. Then we look at the second favourite as Arne Slot. Arne Slot is over there in Feyenoord. And if we look at it, if we look at the Dutch league at the moment, yeah, and I don't know if any of you watch this to see where they are in the league. And I'm just going to get this up. 1 second, bear with me. They are top of the league by 8 points. They are top of the league by 8 points. They don't concede many goals and they score a lot. Now, whenever I've seen them, they play quick, attacking, attractive football. So is Arne Slot the guy? Is Arne Slot the guy? Another one who actually just got beaten by Mourinho in the Europa League quarterfinals. But is Arne Slot the guy? Is taking Feyenoord to an Eredivisie title enough for Tottenham to go and get him and for him to transform us, for him to change us around? He likes playing with young players. He likes bringing them through. Could that be a bonus for Spurs? In third place, and this is the one that's going to divide a lot of opinion, is Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers is at 10-1 with the bookies. So they're not short odds, but he is third on the list. And this could be, again, with the bookies. It could be they have no clue and they're just guessing. But it's what we have to go off at this stage because the club haven't announced anything. Brendan Rodgers, we all know what Brendan Rodgers has done. Multiple trophies at Celtic. But again, it's the Bayern Munich principle, right? Anyone could win there, couldn't they? But Brendan Rodgers, multiple trophies at Celtic. Nearly won the title with Liverpool in that season where Gerrard slipped, I believe. Sorry, Gerrard. Then Leicester. He was loved at Leicester for a few years. Had them playing brilliant, attractive, attacking football. Won the FA Cup. Got them in multiple top four races. And in the last sort of 12 to 18 months has fallen off the cliff a little bit. Now, you could say, some people I know who support Leicester say, well, that's all down to the recruitment. Other people don't like him. So, Brendan Rodgers, experienced, knows the Premier League inside out, probably a steady Eddie. Is that what Spurs need? Do they need a more younger, pragmatic manager? Could he come in and steady the ship, take us to the next level? What do you think? Brendan Rodgers. Then, at 14-1 is Graham Potter. Now, Potter, I won't go too deep into this, but Graham Potter was always going to be there. His name was always going to be about because we were linked with him heavily before he's moved to Chelsea. Now, I feel sorry for Potter because I think Potter got the kind of poison chalice job at Chelsea where, from a football fan perspective, it all looks rosy and we say, oh, look how much money they've spent. It's a dream, a manager's dream. But he went there with new technical director of football, new owner, too many new players, new scouts, and a lot of deadwood to be removed and a lot of youngsters and no real in between. So I feel sorry for him because he'd given himself a really good reputation throughout the world of football, working his way up through the different countries and the different leagues to get Brighton where they were. And yes, De Zerbi takes a lot of credit this season, but Potter laid those foundations. Potter did a great job. And I just wonder if the Chelsea saga will be why he doesn't get the Spurs job. I think if he had not been for that 6 months at Chelsea, I think he would be named Tottenham manager now. I do feel for him a bit because I think he's a very good tactician. He's a good manager. He likes to try things. But I think the Chelsea job was a bit of a poison chalice. And then the fifth favourite is Ryan Mason at 14-1. So Ryan Mason at 14-1. This is one where I've seen a lot of fans saying, oh, just give it to Mason, as though we're a Sunday League team. Just give it to Mason. These are the fans that wouldn't want Xabi Alonso, but would want Ryan Mason. He's one of us. He's Spurs. He gets us. He bleeds the white and blue of Tottenham. What do you think of it? For me, I just think to give the manager's job of Tottenham Hotspur to a manager that's never managed before, and I don't mean 5 or 6 games as a stand-in. I mean never had a pre-season as a manager, never had to dip into the transfer market, not managed more than 6, 7, 8 games in a row. Is that the guy that we want to lead us? Is that the guy that players from around the globe look at and go, I'm going to join Tottenham because I trust in this guy? I don't think it is. I really don't. Now, he might get another win today off the back of the Palace win, and people will get excited again and say, yeah, see, Mason's the guy. But there's a huge difference between taking the wheel when things are going badly and just steadying it, and actually being the guy that has to take the wheel permanently and drive you forward. So for me, I don't want to see Ryan Mason come in. I think if he does, I think that just shows that this club has zero ambition. And I think a lot of people feel that way. So let me know your thoughts. Please leave your comments. Please like, please subscribe. The content will be back to normal as from today. As I said, apologies for being away. We've got the Spurs review tomorrow night that I'll be back hosting. And I've got a post-match reaction after the game today against Aston Villa. I'm going to predict Aston Villa 2, Tottenham 2. And I think that's what my heart says. My head says that I think we'll probably get steamrolled in the first half. I think Emery's a very clever manager who'll say run at them. But Tottenham, you just cannot predict sometimes. 2-0 I'm going to go for. A Kane brace. Much love. Please like, please subscribe. And we'll be back soon. See you later.